Why is chat disabled? Fuck, YouTube is weird. Really? Really, 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 really. um... Hey Nation. Yeah, YouTube is really weird. I had to restart the stream. Or make a new one and restart it. Because with the settings as I use it with ultra low latency, if you're streaming anything over 1080p, it's yelling at you all the time, which used to not be the case. It used to be able to do it. It will just not guarantee you, you know, a good outcome. But now it just plain old don't allow you to. So I can probably delete that one. And I'm streaming from my Mac for the first time, so I'm figuring out how that works. It also told me that chat was disabled for some reason. Oh, the joy. The good old joy of doing all of this shit. And I'm using OBS for the first time to stream on YouTube instead of Streamlabs, because Streamlabs could not find my onboard sound card from my Mac, which is really weird. And it wouldn't pipe out the sound to the graphic card, or not graphic card, my mixer, which is even weirder. Oh boy. I saw something about that there were new what you might call it, oh yeah, it is based on OBS Studio based, in quotes, but that also means that they hide some features behind a paywall and take stuff out and add stuff in, and you know, the good old, in quotes, based. Also, let me know if music needs to be high or anything like that. Oh, can you guys see that? No, you can't. Funny enough. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought I saw something about, yeah, MacBook Air, they got a new release. Like, I think they got the M3 chipset. Yeah. Yeah, it's a sexy machine. Not going to lie. Yeah, it's beautiful. I never use Stage Manager. I don't know why. I must be the only one not using it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would go for second gen also. I don't have a MacBook. I have a Mac Mini. I don't need a laptop. Well, I use a laptop for work or do my coding on, but that's a Windows laptop. But I don't need a personal laptop. I use tablets instead. Not really interested. Well, I don't know what to say. Like, you know, I don't know. It's weird. The internet is weird. People love to bitch and moan about things they're not interested in. I never had a MacBook Air. I have a MacBook. I have a few MacBooks, like the MacBook Pro before they became MacBook Pro. And I never had problems with Mac hardware. And back in the Intel days, if you spec'd out a Windows machine with the same spec, they actually cost the same as a MacBook. So this is $1,000. This is not that bad. This is actually really not that bad. But if you go up to 16 gigabyte, it's the fucking upgrade prices are weird. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Linux anymore as a desktop. I'm so over that fucking shit, Cody. I'm sorry. I'm so fed up with it. I can't, like, oh my, every time I hear someone mention Linux, I want to punch them in the face. I'm so over it. I'm so tired of that childhood bullshittiness going on with Linux. It is expensive. I'm not going to lie. It is an expensive machine. What pisses me off the most is the upgrade prices. So if you go in here and you want to upgrade to, let's say, $200 for extra RAM and $200 for more storage. For $200, I can get like 1.5 terabyte entry-level SSD or NVMe. It's so stupid. I hope, I have a suspicion, this is my suspicion, at least here in the EU, that at some point the EU is going to sue Apple for being anti-consumer. Oh, I forgot you can do this. Because this is not valid pricing. Yeah, I use Windows at work. I use it at home also. I use all operating. I also use Linux at home. I just don't want to deal with other Linux users. They are, yeah. I never met a more collective that spat shit crazy other than flat earthers. But again, let's not talk about the penguin, because people get angry over the penguin. If you think about it, getting 8 extra gigabytes of RAM costs the same as Logic Pro, or almost the same as Final Cut Pro. I don't care about Chrome OS either. I don't. Chrome OS don't do what I need a computer to do. I don't. A Chrome OS is an amazing university study classroom laptop. The future is tablets. It's Android for tablets. I've been using Linux for 27 years. Okay? 27 years have I been a Linux desktop user. I don't think you'll find many other Linux YouTubers, if I was a Linux YouTuber still, that have used Linux as long as I have. I think I know a little bit about Linux on the desktop, just a smite little thing. But the things that I have learned by talking to hundreds of Linux users over the years, the Linux community don't like to hear because it goes against everything that they think is how the Linux world works. Yeah, I know the pros and cons of Linux, and trust me, there are more cons than pros for the average user. If you're a techie, if you're a developer, if you are a system administrator, there's a lot of pros. But for the 90% of the rest of the world, there is so many cons. Hey, what about the new protocol for fucking HDMI that don't work under Linux because they don't want to pay the license or use the proprietary code? Huh? What about things Windows and macOS have had in their operating system for over 10 years that Linux just start to someone get their fucking fingers out of their ass and give to the consumer because they didn't deem it worthy enough for their effort? You know, yeah. Exactly. Anyone that say Linux is perfect have never used it, no. Or at least they don't know what they're using. Or they are so new into it that they don't know what the fuck they're... Basically, the fucking internet don't know what they are talking about. Okay? Let's be honest. Let's just be blatantly honest here. 99% of people on the internet have no fucking idea what they're talking about. They just listen to other people that don't know what they're talking about, and then they like what they hear. And then they mimic that. I don't say I know everything about Linux, but I know more than 90% of all you Linux YouTubers. That's not saying I know everything. I used Linux where you had to configure fucking config files for hours just to get your fucking hard drive to work. There were no USB plug and play. You had to buy hardware for Linux. And then it didn't work. Only 50% or 20% of the hardware worked. So when I started to use Linux, you needed to know what manufacturer of chipset that made the components. You have to understand what version and revision of those fucking chipsets was to just maybe Linux would install on it. Maybe. Like, if you swing a dead cat over the computer and you sacrifice your left tester code, you may get Linux installed. Maybe. I'm not joking here, you could spend 10 hours just installing Linux because of fucking weird driver issues. You know, it's... Yeah, exactly. It's how Hackintosh used to be, yeah. I'm a system administrator for business that only use web apps. In Austria, found Chrome was the best for the staff. Well, if everything is based in the web, that makes sense. That makes sense. We used a brief experiment with staff using Ubuntu. Mistake. Yeah. Yeah. Watching from an 8 gig MacBook Air, my computer is stuttering and I cannot watch your high definition stream. Please speed the truth. Okay, so let's debug that stupid fucking conversation there. Okay. If you cannot watch a 1080p 60 frames per second live stream, you cannot watch a 1080p 60 frames per second video. Because YouTube compresses the live stream into the same format, or almost the same format as a video. What you may have is internet issues. So if you can watch on a MacBook Air that had 8 gig of RAM, if it's an M1 chipset and not like a 2010 MacBook Air, if you can watch a 1080p stream with 60 frames per second in a current gen, or you're joking, okay, gotcha. You need to put an emoji after that statement. Yeah. Morris, you'd have no idea how Linux is until you have worked professionally with Linux for at least 4 years, or used Linux on the desktop or every day for at least 10 years. If you have said to me you're a 10-year Linux user, I will be like, you may now start to know what you're talking about. That's the truth of it. The same with Windows. You have no fucking idea what Windows is unless you've used it as a hobby for 10 years or worked with it at least 3 to 4 years. So here's how the math goes. Here's how the math goes. If it takes someone, let's say 5 years, working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week to become a Windows expert, if you are a hobbyist, you have to put in the same amount of hours. If you're only working with Windows and messing with Windows 4 hours a day, well, if it takes a professional 5 years, it will take you 10 years to get the same knowledge. No, I'm not German. And if I was German, what does it matter? I'm so... Can people get more stupid? Like, honestly, come on. If I was a fucking alien, who gives a fuck, okay? No, I'm Danish. It's all over my YouTube that I'm Danish. It's kind of self-explained. I can understand if you think I'm from, you know, the Netherlands or something like that, because they kind of have the same accent as us. To be honest, it's actually a little bit like, what will you call it? Social discrimination to go and ask people or not social, cultural discrimination to go and ask people where you're from all the time. Because that means that you now have prejudice and you have assumptions that you're going to put onto that person. It don't matter where the fuck people are from. It don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck where anyone is from. It's how they are as a person. You know, I never understood. I can understand if you can't understand the person, or I can understand if you're going to talk about cultural differences in your country and stuff like that. It matters how long you have used it. That's the stupidest question you can ever say to anyone, because you now nullified any education ever. It does matter how long you've used. I've compiled more kernels than probably 90% of all the pro YouTubers out there in Linux, okay? I probably used more Linux distributions than most people have existed. You know, most Linux people have existed on this earth. Again, if you're telling me that it don't matter how long you use something, just shows that either you are 5 years old or you have no idea how the world works. Because that's experience. The longer you use it, theoretically you get more experience, therefore you get more knowledge. Because if you didn't need experience to become knowledgeable, you don't need to go to school. School is just another form of saying structured experience. Or acquiring structured experience. By doing stuff, learning stuff, spending time on it. Again, like I say, I think the collective IQ of the internet have dropped like 10,000 points the last few years. You know, you can you don't need to mess with the kernel to know about Linux, it helps. That's not an issue. It depends on what you are talking about. You don't need to understand the kernel to talk about desktop development or talk about, let's say, application development for Linux. Because it has nothing to do with the kernel. The kernel only matters for embedded system people that are going to do kernel level development. Yeah, but dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. I develop for Windows every day. I don't mess with the fucking Windows kernel. So I don't need to understand. I do, because I've researched it, but I don't need to understand how the kernel works on Windows to make programs for it and administrate it. Unless I have to do kernel level shit. Which 99% of even administrators don't do kernel level shit. Okay? I rest my case. I need to look at some kitties or something like that. It's like, fuck, let's look at some kitties. Because I'm so, like, stupid people. I'm sorry, but don't allow to access my microphone. I'm sorry, but if you want to talk to adult people, at least fucking know what you're talking about. There's a lot of AI generated oh, that's a cute one. I'm getting a lot of dog videos on Instagram lately. They're fucking cute as balls. Well, I understand what you're saying. I think you don't know what you're saying yourself because you're not formulating yourself in the correct way. Yeah, exactly. My whole channel is about the end user. And it's always been about the end user. Yeah, they can fucking... yeah, they can sleep. They're really weird. Cats are weird animals, man. I do understand you, but here's the thing. You are doing what every nerd's biggest problem is. And that's why my channel is about the end user. Nerds think the rest of the world is like them. You are not. You are an anomaly. You are like the 1%. The world don't evolve around nerds. Nerds are not the most important people on Earth. Nerds are not the demographics everyone should cater to. It's everyone else. It's the majority. I see it in developers also. They develop a program, and for them it's like fucking the most simple thing on Earth because they understand how development works. Then you give it to like an accountant, and they don't know what the fuck is up and down, and their fucking day is ruined for fucking, yeah, well, the whole day. And the nerds don't understand why. It's because you're making something for a nerd that a non-nerd is not going to use. Because you think that to use this thing, you have to be a nerd. Being a nerd is not a good thing in most instances. Nerd and geek is actually a derogative term. Because nerds and geeks is something, oh, they are really smart with this thing, but they don't understand the rest of the world. So that means that they can fix everything with the thing they have a special interest in, but they don't know how to communicate that to the rest of the world. Or how to make it function with the rest of the world. That's why you have team leaders, you have managers, you have, you know, all of those fucking things to help, especially developers, translate their nerdiness into fucking human talk sometimes. You know. Exactly, Lindsay. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. We are living in 2024. If you make any product, tech product today, with the notion of we need to educate the user for them to use it, you have failed. It should be intuitive for them to do most simple things. There are some things you need to learn, but for the most part, they should be able to pick up whatever product it is and use the main functions of it without having to educate themselves. Because you are using or utilizing or trying to utilize their existing experience. Exactly, yep. Linux will never be certified or have classes or certifications. They do have certifications. The problem is that some fucking weird-ass idiot nerd, here in this case, gets angry because they don't get their will. They fork the project. They go out and make their own thing and yell and scream at the old project because theirs are better because they like blue instead of pink. And then two years down the line, they deform the fucking project, and now we have all these dead projects out there. Linux problem is unity. Linux problem is standardization and following it. Because there's a lot of standards in Linux. Nobody follows it because why the fuck should they? You know, why should they? You can learn Linux in university. If you take any IT education in EU, you learn Linux. I don't look forward to play any games at the moment. Hey Ray, right now I'm playing Power Wash Simulator. That's it. I listen to music, watch YouTube videos I'm about to learn React Native Expo for app development. So I watch videos about React Native and I play Power Wash Simulator. Here's how you should look at it. The more you game, that's time you could have been learning something. Yeah, the 4K DLC is already out, man. I think it's already out. Of course, indie game is exploding. It's because they're actually listening to the customers. You know, they are listening to the customers. No, Lindsay, I don't think so. Because there's so much gatekeeping in Linux. Because nerds want Linux to be nerdy for them. Because it gives them a superiority complex. Oh, Factorio is actually really good. You know, Factorio is actually really good fucking what will you call it? Like efficiency experience. You can learn a lot about processes and efficiency and how to optimize processes to figure out where the bottlenecks are and stuff like that. You can actually, you know, you can actually learn a lot from that. The same with any management game. You can learn a lot of management tools that you can translate into real life. Oh god, I need to play Factorio again. I'll do that when I'm done with Power Wash. I'm doing the extra missions now in Power Wash Simulator. Well, not just operational research, but you can also use it for a lot of things. Yeah, I remember when I go to tell you to learn network. Yeah. The Lindsay, to come back to you, Linux is in this state where the best way of looking at Linux is looking at veganism. That's the best way of explaining it. The people that talk about veganism are batshit crazy. That's the same with Linux. Because for them it becomes a religion, it becomes a life identity. Yeah, any certification is good. It gives you a foot in the door for a conversation about maybe you will get hired. That's how you should look at certifications. They help you get in the door for the conversation. It's I have never been threatened, yelled at, called names by any Mac user or Windows user. Always Linux users. I never been told what program I use is wrong by a Windows user. Only open source for us and Linux users. Anyone I have issues with online, even if I don't talk about Linux, is Linux users. Not everyone else. You know who the 8 gig is bad parade is? Mostly Linux users. That should tell you something. That community is as batshit crazy as my last girlfriend. And even a padded room with doctors and fucking syringes of fucking horse tranquilizers could not help them. And they can't understand why in 30-something years they only barely reached 4% of the desktop market. Which, let's be honest, in the old Vista days, Linux had close to 10% of the desktop market. This is not going to mean anything. Nobody gives a fuck about Linux and open source. Because it don't give people what they want. You know. Oh yeah, Command & Conquer. Oh. Now you're taking me back, Wilson. I'm feeling old now. I fucking love... Oh, I played a lot of Command & Conquer, Red Alert. Me and my brother used to set up local networks at home in my room to play Command & Conquer and Delta Force against each other. Yeah, they just want things to work. Oh yeah, Tiberian Sun was the best, man. I loved it, yeah. Oh. But here's the thing, nerds, they don't want things to work because then they can't use the superior brains to fix things. That's the issue here. And they think that because you're fixing things, you are a smart, elite human. Which you are not. You just like fixing things. It would be like telling everyone that to have a car, you need to be a mechanic. That's what the Linux users want the world to be like. That's what they're telling people, to be honest. It's the equivalent to saying that, well, for you to drive a car, you need to be a full-blown mechanic. Or for you to be able or even be allowed to make a meal, you need to be a chef. That's the mentality of the Linux nerd world. Oh yeah, oh yeah, those tanks, man. I haven't played it in fucking 10 plus years, you know. No, they don't give, most people don't give a shit. I think it's I can't remember what kind of tank it is. Maybe Yep can explain that. I just remember the name. Yeah, it's the flame tank. Yeah. Yeah, most people, they don't... Here's the thing. If Linux became the most used desktop operating system tomorrow, the world will not change. People will still be using it like it was Windows or Mac OS. And you will not get, you know, all of this, you know, advanced fucking shit that people think that everyone is going to help contribute to the code. No. Yeah, of course more people are going to do it because more people are using it, but it's not going to change the world whatsoever. It's going to be just like it is today, just with Linux as the delivery platform for our apps instead of Windows or Mac OS. That's it. And that's all they care about. They don't care about the philosophies, the ethos, the licenses. That's something developers can mess with. That's something only developers should mess with. Everyone else, they just care about, can I do my fucking work? You know? Can I do my fucking work? Oh, that's kind of cute, though. But nerds don't understand that. And especially Linux users don't understand that. There's a lot of places that the old Ataris, you know, is still being used. Well, It would be the Vivaldi of the OS world, because Firefox is the second most used browser. I think it's the second most used browser, close to it. And again, I don't understand why Linux users love Firefox so much. Firefox wanted to fucking censor the internet during the last, presidential election. They wanted to censor out Donald Trump from the internet. Firefox is some of the most anti-freedom of speech people on earth. Or Mozilla, sorry, the Mozilla company. They are so fucking up their own asses. Edge is actually a really great browser, yeah. Edge is actually, I use it at work. I use Edge and Chrome at work. One thing that sucks is Microsoft Teams, though. Opera is okay, yeah. I'm using Vivaldi right now. I do like Vivaldi, it's quite good. It's just a heavy beast. It's just a heavy beast. I'm using, what the fuck is the VPN? It's called Clam VPN or Cal VPN or something like that. It's a Mac-only VPN that I get with the subscription to Stats app. I use ad blockers on Chrome for really specific sites, and that's it. Other than that, I don't use ad blockers. I actually use Safari quite a lot. I use Safari almost, like, at home I use mostly Safari. Safari and Chrome. And then I use Edge sometimes for some Microsoft specific tools and stuff like that. Yeah, but they stole that workspaces from Vivaldi. Vivaldi have that workspaces thing here also. They had it for a long time. I barely surf on my phone on the internet. I use my tablet for that. If I need to do heavy web browsing, I use my tablet or my desktop, or sorry, laptop. Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. Oh yeah, I used I've been live streaming. I've been doing a lot of live streaming on with OpenSUSE and then run Edge as the browser, where people were like, again, this is how brilliant the internet is, the wisdom of the internet's IQ. People like, ew, you're showing us something on Edge. Ew. Who gives a fuck what I'm using? I could be using a polished turd. Nobody gives a fuck what program I'm using to deliver the information. Yeah. I don't think they will kill off Leap 100%. Makes no sense. Fluffy? Fluffy? That's a lot of fucking fur. I do like Ubuntu. I really like Ubuntu. I haven't tried Arc either. Oh my god, that looks really weird. There's probably like an AI or something. Oh, it's a handbag. Oh god, this is creepy as fuck. Yeah, .NET, C#, both. Yeah, both. I have not done much development this year because we got some real developers to do a lot of the work. But Monday I'm starting up doing Blazor. I'm looking into doing some Blazor stuff. They're teaching me that. And then we are going to migrate over to React Native because the thing that we are working on is going to be migrated into being a tablet mobile app that basically everything the company does is going to be able to be done on a tablet or phone. So we don't have to buy big, massive computers, and they can be mobile and walk around, and looking up items from stock. And if they get a new item in the door, they don't have to track it all the way over to the tape. They can just use the phone or tablet to scan it in and see if we already have an existing product of that or information about stuff like that. On the 16 gig thing, I often find within 5 minutes I'm using more than 8 gig. Do you think? Yeah, here's the thing. If you have more than 16 gig, the OS is going to use more than 16 gig. That's the thing. I have 32 on Windows. When I boot up my Windows computer, I'm not joking, within 30 seconds, it has already allocated 16 gigabyte of RAM to different caching procedures and stuff like that. That's it. That's it. The only way to really know if you can live with something is to actually use it. I managed for the first time ever to almost crash macOS by opening up 50 videos in tabs, like 50 YouTube videos that was running on the same time, by the way. About 50 running videos in Chrome, while I had everything else running like Steam and Discord and blah blah blah. And if I do the same on my 16 gigabyte laptop, it also starts to act up. So it's not a RAM issue, it's an optimization issue within Chrome, I figured out, because I tried it on my laptop, and it started to lag a little bit with 16 gigabyte of RAM. But that was like, I think it was about 48 or 50 something. I didn't really count them, but it was like about 50 concurrent running videos, 1080p videos. And then, yeah, macOS started to be somewhat slow. Like the speedboard or beat board of death was starting to come up. But who the fuck do that? Like no normal user do that. Hey, Benjamin. Yeah, people love to use the Pis for a lot of networking stuff. I do like the TP Archer series, they're quite good. We're also looking into doing some Azure hosting for some database servers and stuff like that. So Wilson, are you in my Discord? If you're in my Discord, can you DM me? Because if you know a lot about Azure and hosting on Azure and stuff like that, I may want to talk to you. And here's the thing. I'm not promising anything, but you could get paid a little bit of money for it, because I can just talk to my boss and hear if we can pay you for like a consulting hour or something like that. If you're up for it, of course. Because we want to have like an authentication server running for user login, and we need to have a hosting server for databases. That's not SQL, by the way. So I would like to talk to you about that at some point if you are willing up for it. Yeah, I use the TP Archer's Wi-Fi dongles at work because they're really cheap. Clock speed, So the megahertz or gigahertz are for CPU. It's not super important. I still want to talk to you about the Amazon thing, because we are not sold on Azure yet. You know, because we looked in, or I looked into Google, but they do a lot of like they want everything to be a fucking Docker container. And the thing is that we already are using a lot of Microsoft technologies, you know. The what thing? I'm lost also now. Clock speeds for the average user, that's the one. The horse get høj. Yeah. Clock speed. Let me put it this way, Lindsay. Let me put it this way. Anything over 3 gigahertz and a 6-core system. No, I've not plugged you, but I'm talking to other people. I can't talk to you all the time. I would say anything over 3 gigahertz, like a boost speed of 3 gigahertz. No, I love giving advice. Come at it. I love this shit. Yeah, I would say if like a 4-core is okay. You know, a 4-core is okay. But 6 cores is kind of the minimum nowadays for like the average user. And it don't have to be physical 6 cores, but anything that gives you 6 cores and 3+ gigahertz, even if it's only boost speed 3+ gigahertz, that's more than enough for the average user. What it matters is just how long it takes to do stuff. You know, it's just a matter of how long are they willing to wait. If you're a developer, I would probably be like, you need at least a 6 physical core, 12 hyper-threaded. You know, and if you're a developer, again, 16 gigabytes as a minimum for a developer. That's what I'm going for with people at work. If they want a new PC, I'm like, we're not giving you anything under 16 gigabytes. Some of them are using 4 core, I'm using 6 core at work, which is fine because I don't do, you know, I don't sit and code all day. I do a lot of admin work and stuff like that also. And infrastructure work and IT support work. But if I was sitting and coding all the time, I probably would ask for like a 12 core CPU or something like that. So 6 physical and 12 hyper-threaded. Because that will last me a long time. But 16 gigabyte, I will not go under 16 gigabyte if you're a developer. Yeah, exactly, Wilson. If you're a developer, you as many cores as you can get your hands on. Because it will help you when you're doing, you know, when you're running the program and it's debugging at the same time and all those things. It's the same with me, Lindsay. Oh, no problem. Yeah. The same here. I just got hired to do one thing and now I'm doing something totally different. I'm doing more and more development, admin work now, which I like. I love it. There's there are 3 to 4 developers where I give them tasks and help them do their job a little bit, and they do like they educated developers, so they do like the hardcore fucking development work. Like they know about development. I'm just like a layman's when it comes to development. And then if they need help with like, you know, not so advanced tasks, I tend to help them out with that. So they teach me a little bit about this and a little bit about that, and then I do that for them. Yeah, I'm stressed out, honestly. I'm so fucking stressed out at the moment. But it's fun. I never had so much fun at work. And it's so bad I don't want to leave work some days. But it is stressful. It is stressful, at least for me. And that's because of the way that the company structure is, the generalized company structure, which is frustrating as hell. But I can work around that. And we have kind of our little area at work where we do our own thing, and we more or less just get left for ourselves. Because I asked the boss, I said, don't come and mess with us all the time and drag us in 10,000 different directions, because we don't get anything done if you do that. Development and IT work is not a job where you can go in and, oh, can you do that, can you do that, can you do that, because then you drop something, you do something else, now you have to go back to the thing you're doing, you have to relearn everything, you have to go into the same mindset, and you're basically wasting double the amount of time to get back into what you were doing before. But a lot of people, they think that IT work is just like being a mechanic or a carpenter, that you can just, stop what you're doing and do something else and go right easy back to it. You can't do that with development and IT work. Because you do a lot of preparations to get to where you are, and a lot of that is researching, and then you have to drop all of that for like a week and then go back to it, You have a spare i5 13, 16... Oh, yeah, 1060. I missed my 1060, man. Yeah, exactly. Lurking is live. I actually like that name, by the way. That's actually really good. Yeah. 8 gig is like... I get why people... Is that titties? Oh, God, no. Oh, fucking hell, AI. Let's not look at that shit. I get why people say that 16 gigabyte is a minimum. It's because they want to give people... Here's the thing. Most people don't know what they're talking about. They want to overshoot what you need so they don't come and complain to you. So why are they doing that? It's because they don't want to invest the time it takes to understand your customer, in quotes here. So if someone asks for an upgrade for a computer, it's easy to say 32 or 16 gig because that will definitely be enough for 99% of people, and they are not going to bitch and moan at you, and it's not that expensive. What you should be doing is actually ask them what are you going to use the computer for, so they could potentially save some money that they could spend on other things that's more important to them. And that's kind of the gripe that I have with this whole 16 gigabyte brigade that is on the internet. Because it's just the easy thing to do. Because you don't want to actually invest the time that it takes to do proper consulting. It would be like, what car should I get? Just get the most popular 4-door saloon car. That's kind of what they're saying. And a lot of people don't need that. So they could save, 10, 15, 20% that they could be using towards a vacation or something like that, Yeah, Windows 11 runs really, really great, man. Actually on lower hardware also. Oh, yeah. Lindsay, I need to make a whole video about security and how little people they fucking think about it, Exactly, Wilson. Yeah, I see you have 32 programs stable starter. Yeah. So the AI we do don't require a graphic card. It's mostly just the character recognition and stuff like that. I've been messing around with the edge point detection, facial recognition, structure detection and stuff like that, and you know what? Yeah, if you had a dedicated graphic card, it would be amazing. But I do it on a Intel embedded graphic card, no issue whatsoever. It's. I get it if you're doing like a massive, program. You need a lot of GPU horsepower, and in the future, that's probably also going to be like that. But yeah. People tend to forget that the way that you always allocate RAM don't mean that you need all of that RAM. It utilizes it. If it sees it has access to it, it utilizes it. That don't mean you need it. You know. It's $200. We just looked at it. It's $200, and yeah, like I said, I think EU is going to yell a lot at Apple's upgrading prices to be anti-consumer, and maybe sue them for it, because there's no justification for a $200 upgrade for fucking 8 to 16 gigabytes of RAM. It makes no sense in any world that should cost $200. And I'm really highly suspicious that EU will sue them over that, because that's a blatant scam. Well, mobiles, let me put it another way, Android have done that for close to 5 or 6 years now. Any handheld, like any Android device, like phone and tablet, since 2015, has been crammed more and more AI into them. It's just now coming to the desktop operating system world. Nope. $200 for going from 8 to 16, and $200 for going from 250 to 500 and something gigabytes of storage. Because AI is the future. AI is the future. And like I said, mobile devices have had AI cores on them forever. Well, not forever, but a long time. And it is going to help out a lot, and it's going to be great, and it is going to be the future. But it's not going to be as smart as people think it is. It's not like we're getting Skynet or, you know, the Matrix like next year and stuff like that. Right now it's a buzzword and everyone wants fucking the AI on their resume and stuff like that, but it's... yeah. AI is what the cloud was like in the late 90s, early 2000. You know, from 2000, 2010, the cloud, iCloud, Microsoft, everything was about the cloud. And for like a decade, everyone could not stop talking about the cloud. And what happened? Like, prediction was that now, where we are now, we should not even have a computer. We would just have a terminal be connected to the cloud. And everything would be stored online, even the OS and games, and everything would be in the cloud. And we would not really need any powerful physical devices. And blah, 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 blah. Everything would be the cloud. That's what AI is. It's overhyped, overpromising, and it's not going to do much difference in the world. Just like the cloud. Now people are starting to get away from the cloud. You know. All it is, yeah, it's buzzwords, it's overhyping, it's new, it's interesting. But it's going to be like what the cloud is. It's going to help out in a lot of instances and make a lot of sense for a lot. Like, because of the cloud, we have AWS, we have Google services, we have the AI bubble, exactly. We have, we have Azure and stuff like that. That the IT industry can't fucking live without today. And I'm honestly, yeah, of course, there will be things like that with AI that just become standard in our life. But it's not going to be like Skynet or Matrix and, AI is taking over the world in like 5 years. It's going to be exactly what's happening with the cloud. A lot of advancement in the first few years. And then it's just people just realizing actually what it actually can do and can't do. And the hype goes away and the funding goes away and... yeah. It's just going to be right now, it's going to be big jumps, and then it's more and more and more and more and more smaller jumps. The next niche, oh god, I have no idea. It's probably going to be handheld devices, I think. Like not phones, but handheld computing devices. So your tablet is going to become more of a laptop/PC than a tablet. There is a lot of AI cat pictures I've noticed on this in this search, yeah. But right now the AI is the big thing, but I think the next big thing is that migrating everything over to a tablet format, phone tablet format. Because everyone want if they could to have their desktop computer in their pocket all the time. Yeah, post one in Discord. I can make a room for cat pictures or animal pictures in Discord. Just post one, man. I have a Discord for work I set up. We have a cat room in there also because one of the girls there, she works at a local cat shelter. So she takes pictures of the cats and she posts them in there sometimes. She's actually starting to upgrade their website because it's really bad. It's really ugly. Look like something that someone threw up in the 90s. But yeah, everyone, like that's what Steve Jobs was talking about with the iPhone, having your computer in your pocket. Everyone wants that. Still to this day. And I think that after AI, when AI settles down a little bit, it will be like your phone and your tablet is going to replace everyone's computer. And then if you need extra monitors, peripherals, or let's say a dedicated graphic card, you just plug that to your tablet or your computer via a dongle or a dock and stuff like that. You know. That would be the next big thing that's going to happen. And AI and of course the cloud is going to be part of that. Maybe not even like DeX. Yeah, like DeX or what Apple is doing with their their iPads. Have you tried connecting an iPad to a monitor? You basically are running more or less a slimmed down version of macOS. So you just plug your screen into your Android or your iOS. I don't think I've seen the movie Her. And then you just get like a desktop environment. You know, your Android or your iOS just, oh, here's a new screen. Now we can do, those things, Exactly, Lindsay. Yeah, but that's going to be the future. Nobody really need... Yeah, the Mac Mini is a good example of that, yeah. And here's the thing. A lot of people are angry at me on the internet because I went with a Mac Mini. Oh, it can't game so much and blah, blah, blah. No, but here's the thing. When you buy something, look at it like this. When you're going out on a date, and you're looking at a girl, boy, trans, whatever the fuck you're dating, there are some things you value more than other things. And when you're figuring out if this is going to be your next partner, you're not just looking at, okay, how's their hair looking? How fast can they run? You look at the whole package. And if the whole package is a great deal, that makes it valuable for you, makes her or him or it or they or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves nowadays, a good investment for you, a valuable, life investment for you. It's the same with computers. If you're a hardcore PC gamer, you need your big massive desktop with a lot of graphic cards or a beefy graphic card. But if you're not, you don't need that. For me, I value the quietness of the Mac Mini. I value the form factor of the Mac Mini over speed and performances. I value the Apple ecosystem over speed and performances. So it may not be like a athlete, but all the other things ticks the boxes of what I want. I made a video I need to edit for next week. I just got the Magic Keyboard. It's the best keyboard I have ever fucking used. It's not the best to type on, but it's the best keyboard I have ever had. And I've had a lot of custom keyboard with looped up fucking switches so they almost came as an anime boy all over the place. You know, they were more looped up than a 13-year-old starting, you know, their Saturday evening home alone with the Playboy channel open. Magic keyboard, the stock standard Magic keyboard. I changed out my K-Tron custom looped keyboard with the Magic keyboard. And it's not because it's the best to type on, it's everything else. Everything else. Battery life, form factor, how easy it reconnects when it's in wireless mode, and blah, 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 blah. You know, like I said, people are highly focusing on one thing, and you think that's the determined factor for everything else. I love my mechanical K-Tron keyboard. I love it. But it's bulky, it's heavy. The battery life sucks. Sometimes it takes it 30 seconds to reconnect via Bluetooth. And blah, 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 blah. Which happens if I have to do a lot of work fast. It misses words sometimes. If it's going up for hibernation. And it's on Windows and Linux, the same issue I have with it. So I got this $100 without Touch ID magical keyboard. I fucking love it. It's so small and slim and it has tactile feeling. It's like a tactile feel. And I love low profile keycaps myself, personally. But I love typing on my old K-Tron keyboard. I have a MX Blue keyboard at work. I love typing on it. But it's bigger, it's heavier. It's not as good as this one here. I used to change, for like almost 10 years, I've almost changed keyboard every month. Exactly, Lindsay. Yeah, the wake up thing is awful, yeah. I'm thinking about getting the Magic trackpad for video editing and stuff like that. That may be the next thing that I'm going into. I looked into because I have a Logitech MX Master mouse, and I love that thing. But I almost bought the MX mechanical keyboard, but again, it's too tall, it's too bulky. And again, there's more delay when you're waking it up than there is with the native Apple devices for some reason. But they are good, and I've seen a lot of people loving them. And they probably are way better to type on, to be honest. I love mini PCs, man. I love mini PCs. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting the Magic trackpad for like video editing and whatnot. Here's the thing, the developers at work, they love the Dell keyboards and the HP keyboards and stuff like that. I'm like, why are you guys not using mechanical keyboards? No, they like typing on those old membrane keyboards. I don't know, like, maybe it's because that's what they're used to from school, I don't know. Oh yeah, software optimization is more important than raw processing power. Or it should be more important. Yeah, you're right, Lindsay. Reliability is really important. Oh, the Magic Mouse, I've tried them in the past, I don't like them. I don't like them. Yeah, when I use... I have Windows 11 on my laptop. And the gestures for the trackpad is amazing, yeah. They are almost as good as on the Mac OS. And they're way better than on the Linux. Yeah, I've tried them and had them in my hand. I've tried a lot of, I actually prefer iOS, but I use both. I have an Android tablet and an iOS phone, so I use both. The only reason I like iOS over Android is that app seems to get better treatment on the iOS than Android. So new features comes faster to iOS, they're faster to update. That's the only reason. Also, iOS seems to be more, dare I say it, privacy concerned than Android. They're doing more to protect your data. They're doing more to actually tell you what's going on. So a really good example. At work, they have an app they had to get onto the iStore or the Apple Store. It couldn't get up there because it was interfering with the core file system. Android didn't give a fuck. So they had to move the file handling to a subfolder outside of the main file system. So I think it's download they're using now. Apple is doing all the things that you hear that open source is about. That's actually what Apple is doing. When I run my Apple Mac OS, when I start up a program that's using, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see a little green dot up here? A little green dot here. I think that means that either I'm screen recording. Yeah, that means that this app here, this view here right now is being screen recorded. Every time I open or install a new app, macOS tells me exactly what resources it's going to use. It's going to access my file system, my microphone, and blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, quantum cracking. That's right, Ray. That's right. All of the things from a privacy standpoint that Linux users bitch and moan about how great Linux is, macOS and iOS do so much better. I'm not even joking here. I know exactly what each program on my Mac machine and iOS machine does. Not on Android, not on Linux, not on Windows. Hey, Esnick. When I start up a program, it's like, hey, this is going to access this. This is going to run in the background. Do you agree with that? Is it irritating? Yes, it's irritating. But it tells you exactly what this program is going to do. The same with iOS. Every time I need to add a new picture to Discord, I have to go in and allow Discord. It asks me, do you want to add a new picture to the collection or use existing pictures? If I don't say add, I can't use new pictures that I'm taking because iOS automatically remove access from Discord to my picture folder. So if I want to add a new picture, I have to click add new picture. Yes, allow access to or temporary access to my file. What is it called? Photo folder. And it's the same with macOS. From a privacy user data standpoint, macOS and iOS is the fucking best out there. Exactly, Wilson. Exactly. They tell you what's going on. They don't try and hide it. And here's the thing. I'd rather trust a company that tells me that they're going to fuck you in the ass than just going to a dinner and getting fucked in the ass randomly without me knowing it. Well, I probably will feel it, but you get what I'm saying here. I'd rather be around people that are going to tell me I'm going to fuck you in the ass in the next 5 minutes, Like, I'm going to bend you over, not looping it up and fucking fisting you like a motherfucker. So there's no surprises. But if they sit there and be, I'm not going to do anything, and then you turn around and you get, like, fisted up the fucking ass. I'd rather have people being upfront with what the fuck they're doing. And Mac and Apple, to some extent Microsoft, do that way better than Google and any open source Linux software out there I've ever known. They try to hide being the good guy when they are not. The third-party antiviruses are only relevant if it's on a desktop that's being used a lot outside of the corporate environment. So let's say you have an accountant computer, and it's only sitting in an accountant. They are only, for the most part, accessing internal, programs and stuff like that. They may use, Chrome or Firefox or whatever to do some light research. Then Defender is more than enough. But if you have a laptop that you also use at home and take with them on travels and blah, 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 I would install a third-party antivirus on them. Or if you are a home user and you know what you are doing and you're a technical inclined person, Defender is enough for you also. Because you know what sites not to go to and stuff like that. Yeah, they use hardware firewalls, software firewalls on the server sites and stuff like that, yeah. And they have like honeypots and traps and stuff like that to catch potential intruders. So it's mostly if you go outside of the protected corporate world. Oh, he looks angry. Cute cats. We could look at cats so much. Let's do dogs. Hey, human, I be chilling, man. Oh, I love dogs. Oh, little bow tie. I'm a dapper little fella. Oh, let's ride the pig. Oh, really? I have to check that out, Esnik. Oh yeah, Great Danes is definitely a type of dog, yeah. Again, it depends on what your company is doing. It's a company decision. Basically that's a management decision. It depends on what technologies or what let's say your company is already using a lot of Microsoft technologies, then it makes sense to go that way. No, cats and dogs are equally as cute. I will say doubt on that one, Wilson. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if everything is AI, you have an issue. Yeah, ad blocking can be a good idea, but for the most part, you should not go onto websites with a lot of ads anyway. I sadly don't have any pets. It's not allowed where I live, in the apartment that I live. I can have a cat. I could have a cat. But that means that I have to take care of the cat. That means that I have to put effort into it. I was thinking about getting a hamster or something like that at one point. I may get a cat, like... I don't know, because here's the thing. Those idiots are going to die, Oh, I had a Tamagotchi when I was a little boy. Everyone in my class had their own Tamagotchi. And then, like, randomly in class, it would be like... Beep, 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 and we had to, like, feed it or pet it or something like that. What the fuck is going on here? That's not that cute, to be honest. That looks a little bit too fucking weird. I don't think that's cute. That looks sick. Sickening. If it pays the bill, let them do it. I don't care. But VPNs is not what you think it is. It's not a protection. It don't really protect you that much. So if you do crazy shit with and having a VPN, you will still be found out in court. It's just a little bit more difficult than if you didn't have it. So hypothetically, if it would take them 2 hours to figure out who you are without the VPN, it will probably take them 2.5 hours, 3 hours with a VPN. It is. Yeah, not taking care of them is the biggest part for me. Yeah, it's the outliving it that I think that will be the difficult part of me. I will be so fucking depressed when that happens. Yeah. That's the only reason why I use VPNs also, Jimmy. It's to bypass, localized restrictions. So for Netflix, or if I need to read something and see how it's being read in other countries and stuff like that, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely click those ads that tells you that you have a virus and you need to download their program. That's definitely the smart move. Really? They mistake bears from dogs. How stupid are people? No. VPNs don't really protect you. They don't really protect you. No, I don't, because here's the thing. If I Google that, I would be so pissed over how stupid humans are that I would be angry for the rest of the day. I don't want to deal with more stupidity. What do you do for personal security? Are any people buying in the advice that so what I do for personal security is running a good antivirus. I'm doing a malware scan once in a while. And if I need to go on a website that I'm a little bit like sus, that I'm a little bit like, yeah, this could be an issue, I boot up a virtual machine and go on to either a Linux virtual machine or Windows virtual machine, but most likely a Linux virtual machine. Go onto the website and check it out. Also, if I need to install programs that I'm a little bit like, yeah, I boot up a Windows virtual machine, test it out there first before I do anything else. But for the most part, my home personal security strategy is just don't do stupid shit. That's it. Run the basic. Enable Windows Firewall. Have a, either Defender or if you like it, a third-party antivirus. And then malware scan once in a while. And that's kinda it. I keep it simple. But mostly it's just like, don't do stupid shit. Don't just click any fucking banner that comes in your face. Don't just click any email that this Nigerian princess is going to send you $2 million or... Like, I'm getting a shit ton of fucking emails with a picture of a hot girl. Hey, handsome! I found you on the internet. You look like someone that I would like to take on a date. Click this link to talk to me some more. And it's like a semi-fucking professional model or something like that. Don't do stupid shit. If you don't do stupid shit on the internet, you're kinda okay. If you're in the corporate world, you should use something to scan your files if you're sharing them from outside the local network. Yeah, I think, I'm running Windows 11 Pro, but I never use the sandboxing thing, to be honest. I just boot up a virtual machine. Yeah, a princess sugar mama. It sounds good every time I get those emails. Especially because they think I'm a handsome motherfucker. Like, finally someone is noticing me. Finally. But it's probably like a 50-year-old fat Indian dude sitting in a call center somewhere trying to, you know, earn a living. There should be a link to my Discord in my videos, even in this one here. Clean my Mac X, yeah. So what I do, I get the Setapp subscription. And I know it's like $10, $9, $12 a month. But I get this one here. And you get access to a lot of programs. And I run this here like every month or something like that. But if you are a developer, I use a lot of these programs. I actually found out that I'm saving money using this here. So I'm using this converter here quite a lot. I'm using this, some version of this, you can view all the superpowers. So we can do all here, all apps. This is all you get for like, so I use this one quite a lot. I'm using this one. I'm using this one a lot. I'm using this one. I'm using this one. But I get why people may say, oh, the fuck, why are you going to pay 12? In my case, because of taxes, it's $12 a month. If you're living in the US, I think it's $9 a month or something like that. And you get access to all of these amazing fucking things. Airbody, I've tried out, actually a really good program. And they keep adding new programs also, not all the time, but they get in there. And if you can also, I think it's like $15 or $16 a month. You can get it both for your Mac and your phone at the same time. And the thing is, these apps here are high quality apps. Like, it's not junk. None of those is junk. Oh, Uber, I haven't looked at. Oh, this is the VPN I'm using, Clear VPN. So basically, what I normally would pay about $10, $15 a month for a VPN. That's what I normally would be paying. So instead of doing that on the Windows, I'm doing that on the Mac OS. I'm paying Setapp the same money, and I'm getting a VPN, and I'm getting a shit ton of apps. And this VPN is really good, to be honest. It's not the perfect, it's not great, but it's really good. I would call it like a 7 to 8 out of 10. But we can look at the programs that I use the most. Here's Unite, that's a little bit built into, they also have an ad block, you know, plug annoying browser ads, built-in ad blockers you can use. And you can look at pricing here. So in my case, it goes up with a couple of dollars because I need to pay taxes. It's a really good, honestly, you will save money on it. So I'm not using Rectangle, I'm using, it is Rectangle. Yeah, I'm using Rectangle. Yeah. That was the first thing I installed also. There's no AI revolutions, and what AI is going to do is it's going to take over all of the repetitive entry-level jobs. So jobs that don't take a lot of IQ, that is really simple, those are the jobs that it's going to take over, basically. But yeah, I pay this for this because I live in Denmark and there's taxes and stuff like that. So depending on where you are in the world, you may get this price or you may get this price here. But this one here, Downy, weird name. But this one here, it can download videos for almost any sites out there. And it's weird. I use it mostly for, well, I only use it for YouTube videos, to be honest. But it also works on the hubs, it also works on Facebook and all these other places. Premute. Convert. You can convert file formats. You can extract audio, videos, and all those kind of things. This is basically just Handbrake done really, really well. This is just Handbrake done really well. Video converter, audio converter, video to audio converter, convert to ISO, video editing. This is Handbrake done really, really well. So I use that quite a lot. Nomi, an amazing app. It can convert stuff in there. It's kind of like your scientific calculator where you do it in real life. So you type in, you know, what is 20% of this, or convert this to that, or, you know, you use real human language to do calculations instead of using a calculator. And it remembers it. It has a history and stuff like that. Clean My Mac. Let's get rid of this one here. Clean My Mac. I think everyone that knows anything about Mac knows about this program. And I think this alone cost... some of them use AI, some don't use AI. Depends on what kind of programs they are and what they're doing. But yeah, this here alone cost, I think, is like $9 a month as a subscription. iStat menu, again, if you are a Mac user, you know this. This has been around for over a decade, maybe decades. I used this in 2008, back in my earliest Mac days. AirBuddy is basically just to get, you know, battery life from your add-ons. I have tried it, it works okay, but I don't use it. I haven't used this one either. You can basically customize your bar to, you know, your taskbar dock, so your dock to look a little bit more like Windows-esque. Never used that one, but it looks interesting. This is the VPN I use. It's really simple, really stable, really good. For the price that it costs, being free with the app, it's a steal. You know, I watch so much Netflix on, it's not even funny. I'm watching a lot of American Netflix shows at the moment, and all done via this VPN here. It's not NordVPN or ExpressVPN. It's not, you know, that advanced. And the internet speed is a little bit to desired. It can, sometimes you get some buffering here and there, sometimes. But for the most part, it works. Yeah, you're right. People don't know what they're talking about. That's how I look at it. Actually, I had no idea that they had an ad blocker in here. I may look into this one here. But I will say this. If you can afford it and you feel it's justified, this may be one of the few subscriptions you need, or the only subscription you need for macOS. If you're not taking Netflix and Spotify and stuff like that into the account. Because this here will satisfy most people's need, even for work. There's a lot of coding development apps in here. GitHub integration apps and stuff like that. And like I said, they add new things periodically. Oh, my... Phew. I don't think I have, like... Oh, now I have to think. It's probably Jace 2 Cents, Austin Evans, and Gamers Nexus. So if I want to know about, you know, the latest CPUs, graphic cards, generalized tech, I go to one of those. Is it hardcore knowledge tech? It's DJware all day, especially with Linux. DJware, Linux all day. It's the only Linux channel I watch. I don't have a smart TV. I use my computer as my media consumption device. Windows only. It's whoever makes, you know. I like Austin Evans, you know, Temu videos and Wish videos, and I just like his team. I also like to watch This Is and Docking or Docky or what the fuck is the other channels are. But it's mostly for the entertainment part. Mostly for entertainment. It's purely for the entertainment part, to be honest. I don't watch any Austin channels and expect to be like, I'm going to get mad knowledge right now. You know? I never really liked Linus Tech Tip. Honestly, I never really liked them. I watched a few of their shows, and that's it. I like their garbage war, or not garbage war, their you know, where they put up against each other, building the best second-hand PC and stuff like that. But I never really liked Linus Tech Tips. I do reviews once in a while. Like I said, the video next week that I'm putting up is me talking about the Magic Keyboard. Scrap. Oh, thanks, Laura. Hey, welcome in. Missed you. I thought you had disappeared into the ether of the universe. Yeah, Scrapyard Wars. That's the one, yeah. Hey, I'm doing good, man. I hope you're doing okay. Also, I want to do more reviews. The way I want to do them, I don't think is mass appeal. I don't want to do unboxing because everyone does unboxing. What I want to do is use the thing and then talk about the thing. You know, so that's what I'm doing with this magical keyboard. I'm just talking about it and showcasing it a little bit. Because there's so many people out there doing amazing reviews to begin with. So it's just like if I feel I have a unique take on why I like the thing or use the thing, that's when I do review. But I don't know, if someone wants me to review something and I have it, I will do that, you know. Pokemon, oh nice. I love that shit. That's amazing. Your child, I love that. I love that. What the fuck was the game I played that it was a stupid ass Amiga game or something like that I found on an emulator like 2 years ago, and I started to play it and it was just like, oh my god, I'm like a kid in my, you know, my room again, you know, playing this fucking Amiga game. I think you will have to wait for the video. That makes a little bit more sense. Because I go more in depth in why I like the magical keyboard in that video. How many hours per week have you worked? How many... let me try that again. How many hours per week have you worked? A normal work week in Denmark is 37 hours. That's a normal work week. I always worked more when I had jobs. So it's hard to say. It depends. It also depends on what field you go into. Oh, that's actually nice. That's a really good price, yeah. I like that price. I do like my iPhone. Like I was in the beginning, I really fucking hated the iPhone the first month or so. Oh, I hated it. I wanted to return it so badly. But then I just got into the mindset of it, and now it's the best phone I ever had. Yeah, a 4-day working week. I have a 4-day working week also. It's amazing. I may go up more, depending on how much the team expand in the future. But I'm thinking about going. It also depends on how much more responsibility they want me to take. I never customized my phones to begin with. There was just like stupid things iOS does that Android do better, like handling Android handle notifications so much better than iOS. You know, it's just like it was a lot of small little irritations. You know, and that's it. Yeah, the launcher things, I did that for like 6 months. And I do like the Nova launcher quite a lot, yeah. Yeah, the customization is great for 10 minutes, exactly. Yeah, I never use stock wallpapers on any of my devices. I always make my own or find my own wallpapers. I don't think I've heard about that one, but I never used it. I also used the not old, but the Star Trek launcher for Android at one point. So it looked like you know, almost like something from Enterprise or something like that. It was actually really fun to use it. But the thing is, like Samsung and other people, they do a lot of fucking work to get, you know, that UI to work really well. I don't pay for any apps on my iPhone. The only app that I pay for is Spotify. That's it. Spotify and Netflix. I will not call Netflix an app, but an app that I use on my phone that I pay for, or tablet, that's Spotify. Everything else, I use free apps for them. But I don't use my iPhone as a computer. I use it for communication and multimedia, social media consumption. You know, that's it. The same with my tablet. My tablet is not like a computing device. It's a consumption device. I am thinking about using it more for meetings and stuff like that. Would have notes on it and whatnot on my tablet, because right now I have that on my laptop, and sitting with a big laptop on your lap is a little bit irritating sometimes, to be honest. It was some other thing is if it was a beautiful girl that was sitting on your lap, that you can handle that shit. But you know, a laptop is a little bit weird. I use depends at work. I use Microsoft Teams to track my things, what to do and stuff like that. At home, I use the thing that, you know, iOS have and is it To-Do List? I think it's the To-Do List app, and also Apple Notes to keep track of notes and stuff like that. And when I used Android, I used Samsung Notes. Yeah, Samsung or Microsoft To-Do List is actually really good, yeah. I don't use password managers. I don't trust them whatsoever. I honestly don't. Well, that's a lie. I use Apple's passwords manager. Yeah, I tried Notion, Obsidian, and all of these really advanced note-taking apps. What I found out with those advanced note-taking apps is you go into the same trap as you do with Linux. You spend more time working to get them to do what you want them to do than actually using them. So you spend I actually use Notepad++ also quite a lot, to be honest. But anyway, you spend so much time nerding out, geeking out, optimizing and making it look cool and all that fucking things, instead of just working on them or using them for what they are intended to do. And I'm kind of like in the mindset nowadays that if you spend more time making a program do what it's supposed to do than actually using it, you're using the wrong program. Oh, you can do that on any note-taking app really easily. So what I want from an app, let's say a note-taking app, I want it to be straightforward, simple, and to the point. And I don't care about all of this optimization and customization and all that fucking shit. Because when you go down that rabbit hole, that's where you spend most of your time. Some people like that. Peace be with that. But when I want to use them for note-taking, I don't want to then, have to have a PhD degree to use the program at the same time. Because that's wasted time that you could have been used or using on actually doing work. I look at everything in like, am I wasting my time right now or am I being productive? And how little of wasting my time do I need to do to be productive? And the program that give that to me is the one I use, even if that means that I'm losing out some features. Yeah, MS Word is kind of okay also. But yeah, I see all of these nerds go nuts with their fucking notions, and I have all of these databases and they're all connected with each other, and let me show you the new link chart of them, how they're connected. I don't give a fuck. I just use tags or search for the thing I need. And that's it. Or have folder structures around it. Yeah, it's neat. It's cool. Yeah, I get a nerd bone. I may go masturbate to it once in a while if I'm feeling really, really lonely. But who gives a fuck? Just like I hate that whole like you're spending 2 hours to setting up a note-taking app to take a note. Like it's just like what the fuck, dude? Like you're not using that app to take notes, then you're using the app because you like nerding out with the app, and that's fine, but just don't fool yourself here. All of these videos you see about, Notion and Obsidian, where you spend 2-3 hours optimizing it and setting it up. I'm just like, if you need that much time to set up a note-taking app, it's not a note-taking app, it's a management tool. And 99% of people don't need a management tool. 4 or 6 advanced for the average. It's just that the more cost, the more shit you can do at the same time. That's all it comes down to. It helps you out with multiprocessing, multitasking, and stuff like that. And for a developer, when you're having debugging tools running, you have maybe other tools running to catch memory and whatnot in the back end, the more cost, the better. But it's mostly for multitasking purposes. It's not getting too old. It's just like you start to value your time in a different way. Yeah, if you don't have a lot of responsibilities in life, it's okay to waste 3 hours doing meaningless shit. Because you don't have basically nothing else to do. When you start to have something else to do, an example here could be, I can spend 3 hours setting up Obsidian or Notion, or I could go out with a friend. I could take a beer with a friend. I could find a girl that can manage to listen to me for more than 2 minutes and take her out on a date. I'd rather do those things than sitting and getting Obsidian up and running, or Notion or Linux or something like that, because it's not going to help me in any way, shape, or form in the future. It's not going to, I'm not going to get a job because I set up Notion. Well, you probably could get it, but it's really limited what jobs you're getting with that. And here's the thing, if your job wants you to learn Notion, they are willing with you learning Notion at the job. I watched a lot of tutorials at work. I'm reading a lot of tutorials at work. And they're okay with it because it's for the job. I'm learning for the job. And most employees are okay with you learning for your as long as it's for your job. They are okay with you, reading a blog post about a thing if it's for the job. Everyone does that. I almost daily, when I come to work, I see the developers sitting on Stack Overflow and all that fucking shit to get help with their coding. I don't know how many fucking printer manuals I've been looking over the last year or so Like, I spent hours reading printer manuals, label printer manuals, and barcode scanner manuals. So yeah, if it's required for work for me to learn something, I will learn it at work and at home because I'm a lunatic. but most people just do it at work. I'm on the 1440p train. So I don't get my saucy anime in crisp 4K. I'm a peasant. I can only get my dog pictures in semi-good quality. I hunt down the internal documents. So I go on to their company website and download their administrative manuals. That's like 200 pages or something like that. That 99% of people are not going to look at. And if you are dealing with HP, it's a mess. And the same with Zebra printers. Oh god. And we just got a Brother printer. That was actually really easy to set up. Actually, it was heavy as fuck though, but it was really easy to set up. What the fuck is that? Yeah, Brother printers. I hate HP printers are the bane of my existence. Oh yeah, I hate HP printers. I had to set up like an architectural printer, you know, that print out architectural drawings. Oh god, man. That was a massive fucking printer. But god damn. And they were yelling at me to get it up and running, and now it's just sitting on a fucking shelf somewhere not being used. Been like that for 6 months now. Yeah, HP printers nowadays are fucking stupid, man. My trustworthy news source is myself. If I want to get the news about something, I Google it. And then I read as many different articles about the subject as possible. And not just one. And a lot of them is from people I don't agree with in general. Oh, that's kind of cute. Aww. Oh, AI. But I almost never consume any news. Because most news is bullshit. That's not true. In any working environment, you need a printer. You cannot run a company without a printer nowadays. It's so simple down to fucking just billing. You know, bill the fucking customer. Invoicing. But as a home user, you probably don't need a printer. I haven't had a printer in over 10 years at home. What the fuck? Boop. Oh god. Is that cat? I just, here's the thing with news, okay? It's depressing as fuck. Okay? It's like, I don't want to deal with that shit. You know, it's I don't. Like I said, it's the same why I don't do Linux anymore. It's depressing as fuck. You know? Unless it directly impacts me or somewhat impacts me, I'm not dealing with it. I don't give a fuck. I'm just doing me. Then if you want to fucking have a fight over whose stupid candidate is more stupid than I just go nuts. I don't give a fuck. Maybe if Asmongols react to a funny video about them, I may watch it once in a while. Baldy has to give me some entertainment once in a while. But yeah, it's yeah. I'm just fed up with the news, man. It's so corrupt. Hey, Don. Yeah, exactly. I'm so over that shit. Well, in most countries in EU and America, you can ignore the news. But here's the thing. If you ignore the news, you don't have a right to complain. That's what, like, I don't complain about politics almost ever. Because I don't follow politics. That's kind of the trade-off. You don't complain about shit that you don't know anything about. Oh yeah, the Realtek Wi-Fi. I remember that, yeah. Arrive on time, okay. Okay. Yeah, we can follow the schedule. News. Yeah, people care too much about things they should not care about and care too little about things they should care about. Woof woof. It looks like I kind of like that picture. Whoop. Exactly, yeah. They deal with that shit. New version of Calamaris. Yay! Didn't Calamaris... Is Calamaris not suspended or what the fuck went on with that one? Oh yeah, don't get me started on HP, Lindsay. Don't. They like already like 15 years ago they were off their fucking rockers with everything. But I thought Calamaris was more or less like cancelled or something like that. Oh, that's cute as fuck. If people just was way more like animals, man. I love you. Whee. Oh, this is an AI image. No, don't pay for Proton. The development slowed to a crawl for more than a year. So have they paid someone now, or has the community taken over? What's going on? I haven't followed Calamaris in over a year now. Yeah, we'll be a lot cuter. Yeah, that's true. Exactly, Proton Mail is really saucy, yeah. Also, just like the drama shit, you know, like after I started to work in an office, the drama, oh fucking hell. Then this guy falls in love with this girl and can't work because he's almost masturbating himself to death over, and you know it. It's a community developed project, and they just recently dropped it last December. Or the pace have picked up a little bit, yeah. Yeah, less violent and stupid, yeah. Gmail is... I've used Gmail... fucking hell, man. Since it came out, I guess. I never had issues with it. It's one of the best. I also have used Hotmail, Outlook, all of these other fucking emails. And Gmail is the best. It's just how it is. For what it does, it gives you the best balance between privacy, anti-spam, and blah, 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 blah. Yes, it will take your kidney when you're sleeping. I don't follow any educational network tech channels, but I do watch some of them. I watch some Network Chuck, David Bumble. I watch some of his videos, but I don't follow them. Nope, I've not bought anything from Temu. I love watching videos from people buying from Temu. Exactly, yes, Nick. Too much fucking... too much shit. It's trouble changing. Yeah, I think I used it ever since then also. I got an invite from a friend or something like that when I was a kid or something like that. I do use Outlook for more like work-related tasks, so I have them separated a little bit. What you're looking at. And another thing I hate about being an office worker is all those fucking meetings. People can't fucking do anything on their own anymore. They need a meeting just to go and take a piss. It's like, fucking hell, man. I actually really like Outlook, but I use the Microsoft or the Windows mail client for it. I don't use the web-based page, so you know, I don't know much about it. I used it a little bit, their web front end, but I only 99% of the time I'm using their the Windows mail client. And it's not the best, but it's passable. It's I don't mind using it. It has a little bit quirks in there, but I don't mind using it. But we also use that to, or I use it to, like, you know, set up meetings and shit like that. I have not used Firefox in... I have it installed, but I don't really use it. I want to be an amazing system administrator. What is the most important thing I can do to set up my staff for success? That's a conversation that takes more than 2 minutes. That's a conversation that will take probably an hour or 2 hours. Because you need to understand what job it is, you need to understand what work it is, and you also need to understand the company. Because you can't just go in and say, oh, I like these tools, what the company's like, but we are using these other tools, and we've been using them for years. And then you have to, you know, figure out, does it make sense to change, and blah, 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 blah. If I make a video about that, people will get angry because, oh, why didn't you recommend more open source? Why did you not recommend this? And blah, 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 blah. I want to do monitoring, but I don't. It also depends, do you mean computer monitoring or employee monitoring? Because those are two, like, I do monitor the other people in the team. but I don't monitor them electronically because there's not that many. It's more like I just see what the fuck they're doing and keep track with the teams and tasks and stuff like that, and see who's ticking off tasks and how fast and how often and stuff like that. Computer monitoring, it's not, for the size of the company, it's not needed yet. Yeah, patience, yeah. No, I don't need VPN setup, no. But yeah, it depends. What I would do, I would make a list of questions I need answers to. Oh, mentoring. Sorry, mentoring. Yeah. I do mentor people. Yeah. Yeah. CC Cleaner is still relevant. If people want, help, advice, I give it to them. I think you would call that mentoring. If I see someone that I know could do better, or could help their career if they did some things differently, I will tell it to them. If I figure out someone has a special interest in something, I'll be like, hey, here's some resources that I think you should look into that may, help doing what, or help you have a more better work life or something like that. I love mentoring, yeah. And I don't know who owns CC Cleaner. I don't use it anymore because I don't use Windows that much. At work, I don't use CC Cleaner at all after I start using Revo Uninstaller. I don't know how big CNNA is in Europe. I've looked into it. But yeah, like I've spent 2-3 hours talking to someone after work about their career choices and stuff like that. I love talking about it. I don't mind talking about that at all. Mentoring people. Because it's so important. Mentoring is a really important thing. Because it helps people find what their path in life is better and more correct. You could just DM me on Discord. Yeah, DM me on Discord. And we can have... Like, I don't know how fast I would respond. And depending on how, how in-depth the question is, but I will respond back to you. Or we could have a talk about it on a live stream one day. We can make like a... we can look into it on, live on a live stream one day where we look into what use you as a test case on what we could do with someone that needs, advice. And look into it online and stuff like that on a stream. That we could also do that. Yeah, I feel people should be more willing to help other people. If that makes sense. Yeah, I think that could be a good live stream thing, Wilson. I think you're right, yeah. We both have cable and fiber and anything in between and above and underneath. But it's not a heavy subject, but it's a subject that if you want to do it right, you have to invest some time into it, if you know what I mean. 300 down and 200. No. 300 down and 50 up, I think it is. The upload speed is really bad at the moment here in Denmark. Because they're mostly focusing on download speed. Yeah, so almost the same as mine. I just get 50 up. And also, like, what I also like in a team is that if the team members can mentor each other. Yeah, 50 is okay. It's just when I'm uploading videos, you know, I wish I could you know, it's just for uploading videos I want more upload speed, to be honest. That's the only reason. Oh, yeah, definitely, like... Yeah, definitely, like, it's not like I don't need you on stream. You could just be like, you could just, like, in chat like we're doing now, we could just talk about it like that, and then we could research it online for you while we are talking on a stream, like we're doing now, you know. Oh, I'm massively shy also. I just pretend. It's easy to pretend online not to be shy. I shaved my beard. Well, if she's the right girl, man, you do that shit. You do that shit for the right girl, okay? If she's the keeper, if she's your forever home, you do those things for her. But we will not do it this time. We can do it, but type to me in Discord and we can figure something out one day, okay? Maybe do like a live stream next weekend or something like that. And we can make like a consulting stream or something. Yeah, I have a cable provider, yeah. And I use Mac for home, Mac and Windows and Linux for home, all three. Mac, Windows, and Linux. Just mostly Mac. At the moment, it may change later on. Yeah, just DM me on Discord, man. And also, if like, there's a lot of knowledgeable people in my Discord, so if you need advice with something, just ask in Discord. Because if people are dipshits, we kick them out right away. You know, I don't know what cable the technology they're using, because it gets updated all the time. We kick them out. I even for work, I ask my Discord for help. I could go into like, I ask coding advice, ask people if they have experience in something. I need to, you know, what they think about it. I use my Discord as my own mentor sometimes. So if you have issues at work, I may ask Discord. I'm just like, hey, does anyone have experience with this? What do you think about this? And blah, 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 blah. I use it like, for me, my Discord, I'm using that as a knowledge database also. And as long as people, they behave, you know. Yeah, then just ask in Discord and see if there's anyone in there that's willing to help. You know, that's the whole idea, at least for me, for this, to have my Discord. I even have one for work with the people I work with, and I may add you to that one if it becomes more work related. But what work do you do? Like, what is your work title right now? Oh god! Oh, I so want an M3 Max. I'm so jealous of you. I'm debating on saving up for like a M3 something, either a MacBook Pro or Air. You're a system admin. Interesting. How many people? How big is the company that you're administrating? Because I do kind of that also on the side. I do a lot. I don't fucking know what I will call myself with all the shit that I do at work. I'm so underpaid. I'm so underpaid. But yeah, 200. Yeah, that's way more than what I'm doing. We are like 20 something in total. Yeah, it's the same. I self-learned technology, but I don't have any formal education in it. Oh, that's quite good if you can handle it. Like 200 people, that's no slouch, man. That's fucking great. That's really good. I may need your help at some point then. fucking hell. Oh, you know how to use 2 monitors. You're now the head of IT. Okay, thank you. Okay. Oh, you can use Notepad. Yeah, you're now the CTO. I don't know if I should be afraid of that company, or they just saw a lot of potential in you, and they thought that you could do it. Because that it could be either that could be a bad sign or a really good sign. I hope it's a good sign. But disability support work. I used to work with people that had mental illness problems for a long time. I was part of one of them, but I worked with them. Yeah, for like 3 years at one place and 6 months another one. Or 3.5 years, or something like that. I think we all want to do our best. And I want to do more... Maybe I should do more tech advice videos and stuff. If you have... Again, I have a section in my Discord where it's like video ideas or something like... I can't remember what the fuck I don't know what I called it. But if you have any idea for a video, just put it into that channel, Put the videos ideas into that channel. And more than likely, I will make a video about it. Like, it's rarely that I don't make a video about people that should, like, video suggestions or something like that. It's really rare. It may take like a week or so, maybe a month if I'm really busy. But I will come into it and I will say that I will make a video about it and I will do it at some point. So any video ideas, I outsource a lot of video ideas from my community also. I look at what they are talking about in comment sections and then, oh, that makes a good idea for a video. You need to ring my... so when you go onto a YouTube channel, there's that bell icon. You click that and you click all. So the besides the... I'll see if I can find a YouTube channel. Yeah, accept. Oh, let's just take Linus Tech Tip here.
This is a vinyl record.
Oh god. So if you click subscribe, there comes a little bell icon out here, and you click that bell icon and you click all. That could be a good video, yeah. But I will say this. The notifications for live streaming is still really weird. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Lindsay, I think I have made a video about that at one point, but I will make another one. It's actually, give me a second, I will type that down because it's actually a good idea. Just give me a second here. So starting in IT with no education, I guess. Yeah, the whole live stream notifications thingy is really strange, man. Really strange. Let's find another cute dog and cat picture. There you go, buddy. Yeah, but YouTube is really weird with that. I don't know what's going on with them. They still need to figure a lot of shit out, man. Oh man, it's already Monday tomorrow. Oh, you can see my playlist now, my live stream playlist. Oh, there's a cat. Yeah, got it. No, it's not a holiday in Denmark. We still have to work. Well, I think we have. Do we? Is it a holiday tomorrow? I have no fucking face ID. Come on, bitch. Don't allow. Yeah, no, it's not a holiday. No, it's not a holiday in Denmark. What holiday is it? Yeah, you go for it. I love how people get out of Linux. Our 2-day holiday. Oh, god damn it. Ours is in a week or so. Yeah, in 3 weeks. Oh god. Oh. We're only into the first week of the month. Oh god, no. Oy. But this is also a long month. Oh, that's nice. Day of the silence. Some at work will say I need that. A Hindu? Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, at the end of the month we have a I think it's like Easter or something like that. Oh. Gotcha. Interesting. I really want to go travel at some point. Boop. Selfie time. This looks like a fucking AI generated thing. Yeah, take care, sleep well, and have a good day, man. Have a good holiday. Back from church. Oh yeah, it's that time over there. Man, I haven't been to a church in fucking decades. Oh, that's a lie. Last week my mom died, but after that I haven't been in a church in the longest time. You didn't miss anything. Almost nothing. We're just looking at cats and dogs. Oh, that looks cozy as fuck. Oh, I could so use this, man. All you need a new vehicle. Nah. Get a new Mac. Get a new MacBook Air M3 Max instead. Get out that Linux shit. Linux is the devil. the devil. Make a video. It's really that simple. Just make a video to figure out if it's something for you. Make videos and don't. I know you have to upload every day or 3 times a week and at certain. No, if you don't take it seriously, just upload a video and do it when you have time and feel like it. That's it. And then figure out if it's something for you, and if it is something for you and you want to take it seriously. I'm not taking it seriously at the moment, of course. But if you want to, that's, you know, another conversation. But just to start out, just make a video. The first channel I made, I uploaded a video, and then a year later, I uploaded another video. And just make videos about what you like and figure out what you like to make video. Because what you like to do and what you like to make videos about are not the same thing. Because let's say you're interested in tech. That's a whole different thing than then also making videos in tech. Or if you're into, I don't know, knitting versus making videos to knitting. It's 2 different beasts. And sometimes making content of a subject could then ruin the potential, you know, or not potential, but the likeness you have for that hobby. Because you're doing a lot of extra shit or extra things that you don't like doing with the hobby, so you start to despise the hobby. That kind of what happened with gaming for me. When I made my gaming channel, I loved it the first few years. But then I started to just like, oh, I have to play this game. Now I have to edit it, and I just started to hate gaming, or at least gaming for the channel. Then I got into live streaming. That was a little bit better, but it was still not the same, because when I game, I just totally zone out from reality. I'm just, and I don't game for a long time. That's the other part. So for live streaming, that don't make sense, because I game for like an hour, 2 hours max, and that's it. Then I'm bored. Most of the time I game for like 30 minutes and that's it. And then I do something else for a couple of hours and I game a little bit again. No Archie Linux. No. I wish we could eradicate the Linux desktop. Like that cult is so stupid. So I always wanted to make a Linux channel, but I always thought that I was not experienced enough to make a Linux channel. Then I saw Quiz Tech and DistroTube, Mental Outlaw and Luke Smith, and I'm like, if they idiots can do it, and with all of the bullshit that they are talking, I can make a Linux channel also. Which was the worst thing I ever did. Because my first videos about Linux was to basically rectifying bullshit Quiz Tech was saying. But then I found out that the Linux community don't want to learn. They don't want to be educated. They want to be fed the cult. They want to be confirmed. You know, they are not interested in knowledge, truth. They are interested in keeping the illusion alive. I wish I want to make more Quiz Tech React videos. I've been debating on getting back to React videos. I do enjoy doing them, but the thing is, I get so much hate from doing any reaction videos to Linux, and I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, gaming content, it tracks the soul out of you sometimes, yeah. Yeah, if I am going back to reaction videos, it will not be anything with Linux. Because like I said, the Linux community don't want to be challenged, or they don't want the status quo to be looked at. They are bought into a thought pattern, a philosophy, a theoretical way. And that's where they live. They live in unicorn land. Yeah, they want an echo chamber of yes men. Exactly. Exactly. And for those people, Chris Titus Tech, DistroTube, Luke Smith, and etc. are great people. Because they give them what they want. Chris Titus Tech sometimes go a little bit against the water. You know, he sometimes, you know, pushes a little bit of boundaries, but rarely. The problem with Chris Titus Tech is just mostly his technical knowledge. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about when it comes to Linux. And my problem is that he think he's the authority with Linux, when he's a more noob than the noobiest of noobs. And that's the issue I have with him. The other ones is, oh god. Yeah, yeah, it's a weird thing, man. A really, really strange thing. Puppies. And sadly, it's a lot like that with nerds. Like tech people are really weird people, man. They are really weird people. I like TechHot. I do like TechHot, mostly because of his magnificent beard. But no, I do like TechHot. Yeah, that right there. That right there is the issue. Again, I should not have to justify to anyone how I spend my money and what I use. If they don't like it, fucking don't watch it. Walk away. Oh, you're welcome, man. Yeah, I just... I get why it is. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Most Linux users, when you hear the word Linux user, Linux advocate, open source advocate, FOSS advocate, you don't get a picture like her in your mind. Like, these are not the people that you think about. The same here. This is not the people that you think about when you hear Linux nerd, Linux people. You know, maybe him, but you get what I'm coming at here. They probably have some social issues. They probably may be on the spectrum a lot of times, you know. They may or may not shower that often. They may or may not do anything else than this Linux thing, you know. So it makes sense that they act the way they do. But that's not productive or constructed for Linux. It's a little bit the same with developers. A lot of developers are weird fucking people. And you have to fucking treat them in a weird way before they understand the simple concepts of life. But, you know, that form of aspect of life attracts certain people, you know, in the majority of cases. And those certain people, for the most part, are in a certain way. And they have found a, quote, home. You know, they have found like-minded people. They have found a place they think they belong. And if you're challenging that, you're challenging their tribe. You know, you're challenging their team. You know, you are telling them that maybe you're not as fucking clever and smart, and maybe something is not as you think it is. And they are like, but I just found my home, you know. They understand me, they accept me, and blah, 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 blah. So not only are you challenging their choice of OS and their viewpoints, but you're also challenging their social structure now. And I could go on and on. Yeah, read the fucking manual, yeah. I have honestly never met a more close-minded group of people than the Linux community. In any aspect you can think of. It's easier to go and try and convince a Microsoft and Mac user to use open source software than talking Windows and Mac with a Linux user. Even if you yourself is a Linux user. I hope this makes give you an understanding of how crazy that world is. It's a weird world, man. Yeah, they are so close-minded. And if you are not like them, they don't want to talk to you. They don't, and then they can't understand why things are not getting better. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Linux people are vegans. You know, even if you don't talk about them, they are there, you know? Even if, like, it's like you're just walking down the fucking meat aisle at the store and you see those fucking stalky eyes from behind a organic soap aisle, or, you know, extra virgin olive oil, looking at you with judging eyes with a big shirt saying, "I'm vegan for life, bitch," or something like that. You know, that's exactly what's going on. They just can't separate that we are different people. And the world can never be one thing only. And they just have to fucking, let me tell you about our Lord and Savior Linux. Oh, sorry, GNU/Linux. Please, for God, oh God hell, if I offend the GNU people. Oh. The fucking ISIS of programmers and developers and nerds. You know, please don't upset those people. Oh, that's an angry boy. They are so fucking weird, man. There could be written books about that community, and people will still think you're fucking making it up. Even the good people in Linux community is a little bit, yeah, okay. I love what Canonical and SUSE and Red Hat is doing, because they are doing what Linux is meant to be doing. They don't give a fuck about what other people are saying. They're just making a shit ton of money. And if that means working with Microsoft and Apple, they're doing that. And if you have a problem with it, fuck the fuck off. I love that mentality. Because that's how it's meant to be done. That's how it is being done. That's how the world works. That's a lot of cats. Oh, a cat burrito. Oh, furry boys. Butthole cut. What the fuck is this? I'm probably turning on the half of the furry community right now. Don't tell me this is Taylor Swift. Oh god, no. Oh, I have to send this to someone. Oh, don't tell anyone that you're using Ubuntu, they will go mental. Down with Microsoft. Well, Ubuntu is Microsoft, so down with Ubuntu. Who told you Ubuntu is Microsoft? We don't like that they are so popular. So, if there was enough hookers in the world to fuck all Linux nerds, would the world be a better place? Is it just sexual frustration that they are airing out in the tech world? Is Richard Stallman this batshit crazy because he hadn't gotten laid in 50 years? One could wonder. Maybe he need that, you know, the black hole of the womanhood in him. Just maybe. Have you seen? Have you guys met the Richard Stallman like dating profile? So this is Stallman.org's extra personal, my former personal ad. For amusement only, I'm in a long-term relationship now and not looking for another. No. Amazingly, someone submitted this to a contest for personal ads without informing me. No. I found out about that when I was told that I had won the contest. No. I did not get the prize that I longed for. Yeah. This was updated in early 2009. The ages are out of date now. I am a single atheist white man, 55, rapidly intelligent, no, with unusual interest in politics, science, music, and dance. Unusual interest in politics, science, music, and dance. Red flag. Well, I'm also an atheist. Well, I think you would call it an atheist. I don't know what the fuck I am. Well, unusual interest in politics, science, music, and dance. Nowhere does it say coding, technology, operating systems. So for a Linux user, this should be a red flag. For everyone else, this should be an even bigger red flag. I like to meet a woman or someone that just wants to touch me, in quotes, with varied interest, curious about the world, comfortable expressing her likes and dislikes. I hate struggling to guess. That's because he has no insight into human emotions. Delighting in her ability to fascinate a man and in being loved tenderly. Love tenderly. Oh, this just sounds like a creepy grandpa. Who values joy, truth, beauty, and justice more than success. I see injustice. Love me, bitch. Love me. So we can share bouts of interest, passionately kind awareness of each other, alternative with tolerant warmth. My 25-year-old child. This is like where it goes really off the deep end. My 25-year-old child, the free software movement. Occupied most of my life, leaving no room for more children. Okay? But I still have room to love a sweetheart. This is so simp incel, like it can't be. Oh, god damn it. If she doesn't need to spend time with me every day, I spend a lot of time traveling to give speeches, often to Europe, Asia, and Latin America. It would be nice if you were free to travel with me some of the time when he needs something on his dum-dum. If you are interested, write to rms@gnu.org and we'll see where it leads. So, how the fuck can this win a personal ad competition? That's the biggest bullshit I have ever heard. This is the most incel, simp, childlike fucking personal ad I have ever met. This is like something someone would write down that never have entered the moistness of a vagina before. Just being honest here. This is something someone that has never fucking had sex before or fucking hugged a woman before will type. In the worst way. Yeah. I don't think he's in a long-term relationship. It's probably the sex doll that he bought last year. I don't know. But this is the guru of open source, the guru, the guiding light of technology. This person that has no interest in technology is going to save technology. What is the saying? Don't follow false prophecies or gods or something like that. So, I now is where I wish I had women watching my channel to know if this at some fucking point made you moist. You know. How can you... This is why I hate GNU and FOSS people. Because they are following a man that they think will save the technology world. Which is not interested in technology. He's a politician. That's what he is. He's a politician. He's not a tech guru. He's a politician. He just are so fucking stupid that he think that an operating system and a license can change the political landscape of the world. That's exactly what everyone in Conquest, what is it called? In the White House are doing right now. They're not talking about policies or anything like that. They are drafting out new licenses for software development and trying to develop a new kernel. That's what they're doing to save society. Not talking about the problem with homelessness, equality, inequalities. No. They're making the White House license 2.0 for software developing following agile development philosophies. When you hear Richard Stallman talk, if you think he's an intelligent person, you should really reevaluate your own fucking intelligence. I'm just putting it out there. But yeah, LinkedIn is not a dating app. Hey, don't tell me what it is and it's not. Should be found some Reddit post. My former personal ad, yeah. Oh, the world is a funny place. Oh god. What is the world we live in now? What happens if we go into this one here? Oh god, no. You can't even fucking make a proper website. It's probably all done from Emac. Oh yeah, Emac. Yeah, that's probably why. Yeah. Oh. Oh no. Don't become more creepy. Stallman on Love. Love and Dance, my childhood sweetheart made for you. Oh, that no. Oh. Oh, we already read that one. Totalitarianism or totalitarian control. Yeah, he got offered it. Yeah, I know. Holy crap, he reminds me of someone. Oh god, no, please don't. Wow. What? Oh, this is so creepy. She changed her mind when she met me. She heard my footsteps approaching in the corridor and found them intriguing. Okay. I have a vague memory that I ran down the corridor 6 to 7 to 8 times. Thus, when I entered the hall, she looked at me with interest. I saw her looking at me, so I assumed we had met before. What? We did not become lovers. Wow. A few months later, a beautiful and clever but rather too forceful woman asked me to be her lover. Fucking hell, dude, come on. Hey, step back. I don't like your energy. You are clever, you are beautiful. You're coming on too strong, man. Just keep it down. I'm just imagining like a, a big bosomed woman running over the table to kiss him. So he's like, oh, no, too much human contact. Stay away. Barriers. I've not had my foot fungus today. Go away. I had some doubts, but would reject the idea out of hand. You're too forceful, but I haven't had sex in 10, 15, 20 years, so, God in heaven. Oh, you guys should read this. It's so funny. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh. A beautiful and clever but rather I just have the I can see it. Personal space intrusion. Proprietary software intruding on my personal space. It's jealousy between two women now. Oh God, no. Who can be jealous over that fucking idiot? Oh. The bird has become rather inbred. Oh, what? I hope they're talking about real birds here. Wow. Whoa. Depressed and suicidal. What? Holy crap, this is dark. Oh God, this dude is fucking mental. Made for you, what's made for me? Ethical technology. This is... So he's talking about using a dating facility? Growing old and having lost hope of finding love again. I read about the Life Mates co-op and was intrigued. What the fuck is that? Mr. and Mrs. Right doesn't exist in nature. If you want someone that was made for you, come to us. I made an appointment to visit their office and talk with a salesperson. This dude is fucking out there. What the fuck? Couching Tuesday? What the fuck is that? Romantic hope for share life. Oh God. You're a creep. You're ready to go wild? I don't know what the what the fuck? What is this? Life Mates Co-op. Is that even real? It is real. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It is fucking real. What the fuck? No, it's real. It's called Life Mate. It's real. Oh, this is definitely not it. The fuck? Here, it's called lifemate.com. Oh, it's easy to make a false website. That dude is fucking mental. I order to see Sandra. I demand. Oh, it's through VR. This could be a fake one then. Oh yeah, this is a fake one. Now that I'm not your ward, we can make love. My virtual reality gear had the necessary features, so we did it right away. This is basically erotic fiction. Yeah, this is an erotic fiction. Oh, I have to send this to someone. He's a lunatic. Holy fuck. Internet Hall of Fame. No. Yes, a lot of doctorate honoraries. Yeah. 1983 biography. Jesus. He's a fucking nutcase. I definitely need to send this to someone. This one here is just creepy. This one is not bad. Like, well, it's bad, but... Dancing can help you learn some of the sensitivity that helps in love. What? The fuck? This is a rabbit hole. What? I like that he refers to the free software movement as my 25-year-old child. It's my child! God damn it, dude. How old is it now? Oh, dude. This is gold. Well, there's not much information about it here. But Jesus Christ. Oh, that's not... go back here. Ivy Panda. What the fuck is that? Free Software Foundation is dying 11 months ago. This sums it up. For the leadership of free software, I always found it remarkable that they don't recommend a single practical relevant Linux distribution on their site. What the fuck, dude? Holy shit. More comments. Well, it's a year old, so... Why are you guys getting... Oh, why am I looking at all this bullshit now again? I was so happy until like, oh, CIA. This is in R programming, by the way. The fuck? Power washing 4K. Warhammer 4K. Okay. At least some good fucking things on Reddit exist, I guess. A word about Linux developers in economy. That should be fun. One year ago. Win, win, win. What is the state with Elementary OS? I haven't looked at that in forever. Is that dead yet? They were talking about it in here for a little bit. Oh, it's... Oh, well. GT4 porting and a bit of whimsy. What is he whimsy about? Oh, of course there's an ad to support them, but hey, I get it. You need money. Power! I like the idea of Elementary OS. It just needs proper fucking leadership. Yeah, but what is it based on? Numbat. What version of Ubuntu is that? I can't even fucking remember that now. I like how Linux hate Microsoft and Apple, but they copy almost everything from them. It's so funny. All joke. I guess, I don't know. We got really away from the cute cat pictures, didn't we? Okay, small ass. Whoop, whoop. Ah, this is me. This is me at work every fucking Monday. Fucking crazy animals. Whoop, whoop. Best cat dad ever. Yeah, yeah, no. I hate people, yup. Okay, that's creepy as fuck. Anyway, I need to go. I need to do some stuff for work tomorrow. So thanks for stopping by. See you all later. Have a good day. Do all the crazy things that you do on a Saturday or Sunday. Bye bye.